Hello, scary monster thing. So I looked into it online about what a Somian is in D&D rules, and it's like a horrible evil creature, so let's just kill it. Also, fun fact, it's supposed to have 40 health, apparently, if I read correctly. It also, like, the way that it just blinks out of existence, from what I could read, this specific creature online would crash your game when you killed it. So it's just a weird little demon thing that would crash your game whenever you killed it, and seemingly, they patched it in the enhanced edition to just have it blink out of existence the moment you killed it. Maybe to save you from the crash? I don't know. Interesting little quirks. But there's a fair number of people that are just like, what's up with this guy? Trying to just like wondering what's going on, because there's just like randomly this random one-off creature you've never seen before, and when you encounter it, it just runs up to you and you kill it, and you're like, huh. So what was that about? The end. Let's just head everyone on over here.
Done.
And get rested up again. And then I'm gonna do another sweep of this area, I guess, to see if I've forgotten anything to do here. And then I think I'm gonna go check out the Foundry faction to see if there's stuff to do there. There we go.
Pleasure.
Done.
I've been through most of these areas plenty. The private sensorium, where there's only 3.
Done.
That's the one he won't interact with anymore. Ravel, I have returned. There is silence. Ravel, it is I again. Ah, my precious man. There's the slow shuffling of feet, and you feel a sharp pinprick in your left eye. You gasp. And barely, you can see blah blah blah. No pain. Look up. Ravel is pleased. I wonder if this messenger would make it. He almost died. Success. Door? The door is a finished thing. You carry it with you. The door is a finished thing, and you carry it with you now. Very good. Very clever, my precious man. One part of the finding Ravel do you have? I know the key is a piece of you, but I don't know how to find it. The key is of me, is it not? Not? No picture is it, no tale, no stone, but the key is something of me, a labor of my own flesh and blood. Seek it! Lives it does. How do I unlock it? Knowing the key is not enough, so Ravel thinks. Knowing it and unlocking it, 2 tasks that must be joined, for at times a thing knows not its nature. But you are no stranger to that, Ravel cackles, a long, hideous cry that fills your ears with pain. Okay, it's good to know. So we know that the portal, I guess this one, the unfolding portal must be the portal, because she said I carry it with me now. That's a good sign. This didn't change. And we have Quell. Quell glances around him as you approach. Blast! Nowhere to hide. He sighs loudly. Well, out with it. What do you wish of me now, hmm? He plops a candy into his mouth and looks at you expectantly. You need to tell me. Lady of Pain? He nods grimly. The Lady of Pain, she rules the city of Sigil, keeps the powers out and such. One of the punishments she reserves for those who cross her is mazing. She breaks off a piece of Sigil, twisting it about and banishing it to who knows where, the offender trapped inside. Gone, gone, gone they are to the plains then. How might I find her? What do you think I should do? The first brilliant question you have asked. Me? I think you should give up this clueless idea of entering mazes and chatting with night hags and lope back to whatever crypt you crawled out of. Makes far more sense than fishing for the lady's anger, it does. You tell me how to get to her maze. Lunatic! Madman! She'll make you dead. Okay. But I need your help. Piece of Ravel, but if a Ravel's mazed, how am I supposed to... If you want to go pestering someone about it, go to the brothel of slating intellectual lust. One of the ladies there is bound to have met someone who knows something that'll help. That is what you pointed me towards, huh? Alright, let's try to pursue this. How do I leave? Oh, down here. When I clicked there, they didn't move at all. I haven't been attacked by a weird ghost man for a while. Remember that? It sure happened.
Done.
You're the story swapper, so maybe you? Many were the times she posted this riddle, and those who approached her sought to glean. I don't remember if this is new or not. What can change the nature of a man? Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her the strange magics that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail. And then they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrible fate. Always more terrible than the last victims. To recount their various torments would be to speak of things that nightmares are woven from. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to the question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain. Not directly, but shouted to Sigil. Yeah, then there's the attack. She certainly cracked the cage and she got attacked. She got put away. There is more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. Echo is one such person. Ask her of Ravel, and she might tell you more of the hag. Hello. I don't think we'd resolved Echo's situation last time. That sounds like new information. I don't remember them saying that about Echo. Echo also still seems to be trapped behind this person. Oh my god, she's so hard to click on. God damn it. Everybody go away.
Done.
I think they're stuck. They're inside of each other. Okay, that's why they're not moving at all. Greetings, sir, and well met once more. Hello, Echo. I had some questions. What are you doing here? I am a student here, as are all the prostitutes. We seek to better learn the art of language in order to stimulate the minds, to heighten our awareness of ourselves and others, and to create new ways of experiencing another person. She pauses, lost in thought. Well, I've been without the ability to speak for so long. My patrons came to me seeking someone to listen, someone attentive and capable of understanding them that they could speak to, free of interruption and the like. Now that I can speak once more, I wonder if the time has come for me to move on, leave the brothel and become a sensate. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Echo nods and lowers her voice. In fact, I do. Not only does she exist, she has children. She what?
Updated my journal.
One of them is here, at times. Kisai Seri. She is a child of Ravel's, though she is loath to accept the fate. Who could blame her? She pauses for a moment, thinking. I have never gotten her to admit it, though I am sure 'tis true. How do you know that? How would you know that? 99 eyes. I think Kesai's room's the bottom right one, but above this one? No. Is this because this here is that's Eve's. There's Kesai anyway. Yeah, that's Eve's, and that's the demon lady. What are they called? Whatever, doesn't matter. Kesai Suri smiles warmly as you draw near her, pushing a wavy lock of hair from her bright crimson eyes. Well, greetings once again. Something I can do for you? Kesai, are you Ravel's daughter? Kesai suddenly bares her teeth, her eyes narrowing to slits of blazing crimson. What? Where'd you hear such a thing? It's just a rumor, that's all.
Updated my journal.
Ridiculous. I think I'd know if that wicked hag was my own mother. Now stop bothering me about it. Who is your mother, then? I don't know, all right? My father raised me. I never knew her. But I do. But do I look like a night hag to you? No, of course not. Kesai Suri glares at you, her eyes blazing. Perhaps we'll speak later, but I'm no longer in the mood. Farewell. We need to do something here, though. Also, these two appear to be inside of each other, too, so these NPCs are just constantly bugging out. Unfortunately, just clipping into each other. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, nothing. Are you sure? You seem suddenly upset. She narrows her eyes at you. Of course I'm sure. Don't ask of her again. Are you her daughter? Echo told me. Ridiculous. I think I'd know. Well, there's the skin and the eyes. Maybe the teeth, too. Nope. The more insulting option is not more helpful, as it turns out.
Done.
Give this spell a new home. They both already know it. Well. If what I've been told to her of her is true, I'll just have to find a way to prove it to her. How?
I'm gone.
How do I prove genealogy? Especially since I don't have anything to compare to, but also I don't expect anyone to have like DNA testing here. I'm gonna sell my shit, because I've got shit to sell.
All right.
Everyone might need to be nearby for the selling to work. Also identify Chain Lightning Storm. Shackles of Light. Somehow, someone or something has managed to transform the power of lightning and turn it into solid form. These shackles contain all the power and fury of a lightning storm, and at one time could probably contain even the most powerful of creatures. Now it looks as if the spells that bound the lightning are failing, as evident by the constant discharge of energy. Throwing the chain should be enough to release the energy contained in the chains. So you just throw it and a chain lightning storm goes off like a grenade, and that's the end of that item. It weighs 10 pounds, apparently. Wow, these are valuable. Not even entirely sure what that one does. I don't think you'd want to sell that item. Spare hammer. Stiletto. I don't think I need a lore lens. Do you think I want to keep most of the healing items on her? Because he's kind of busy being a tank. Clot, blood, heart, bandages. This inventory is so nonsensical. The spider bracelet. "25% resistance to all normal attacks. Minus intelligence and wisdom." What are normal attacks? Just physical attacks? Usable only by thieves. Seems worth it. Summons is so mean. That's the same creature from earlier. So that was a very evil creature. Summons Treelons. I know what those are now too. Except at 90th. I mean, this should make her hardier. And I don't think she necessarily benefits that much from a lot of those other effects. I'm gonna restart real quick just to see if I can clear this. I swear the game got like more, like the interface looks different, but I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. These definitely look less washed out now. Like something definitely happened somehow. Okay. Alright, did I save correctly? Do I have the new, yep, spider bracelet?
Alright.
That seems like a reasonable thing to keep her healthy. Is she losing health? No, that's the 10 health she gained.
Yes.
Only gained 8 health. Okay. Let's go back to the brothel. These people all gossip about each other. Like, constantly. That's half of how you resolve anything around here, is you talk to all the other people around here, so... keep talking to everyone else around here. I heard that Kesai Seri is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
Once upon a time, an elderly man from the clerk's ward vanished, and his body could not be found. To conceal it, the murderer buried him beneath another body in the cemetery. A diviner told of where the body could be found, so they dug and uncovered a body, but not that of the elderly man. They were confounded. They were forced to release the man, and it was not until they continued to dig to rebury the older man's body that they found the second body. Sometimes one must dig deeply to find the truth. I see. Okay. Not very helpful, but kind of indicative that you might know the answer. I heard that Kesai Seri is Ravel's daughter, is that true?
My journal.
I too have heard such a rumor, but I do not know. Perhaps another of the women here can give you the answer. If not Kesai herself, ask Juliet. She and Kesai were once good friends before Juliet met Montague. Juliet and Montague. I didn't register that until just now. Romeo and Juliet were a Montague and a Capulet.
I'm gone.
Was it Romeo, Montague, and Juliet Capulet? I don't remember. Or was Juliet Montague and Romeo Capulet? I don't know, whatever. I always say the Romulans and the Capitalists out of spite. I'm just like, remember I'm saying it wrong. Funny joke, I'm so funny. Anyway, the Bernie Madoff effect. Other series of dumb things where Bert and I say the wrong thing on purpose. I heard that Kesai Seri is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
Ravel. Ah. I thought I might have heard that name before. I know not the truth of it, but I have heard such a rumor. Thou may wish to ask Kimashki Ettertongue of this very question. They are half-sisters, thou see. Are they? They're related? Kesai is related to this lady? I heard that Kesai Seri is Ravel's daughter. Is that true? She shrugs. As far as I know, yeah. She looks suddenly suspicious. Why? I asked her about it and she denied it. So? It's not as if it's any of your business in the first place. I also heard that you're Kesai Seri's half-sister. Yes, I'm related to that chubby, mewling, hook-nosed daydreamer. Same father, different mothers, so... I was hoping you could help me find out if Kesai is really Ravel's daughter.
Updated my journal.
Himashi frowns at you. Normally I'd loathe to help you like this, but I have a feeling it'd upset that flirting, preening, doxy Goodenwell. Tell her to ask our father. He's a powerful cambion. What the fuck did you just say to me? Not champion, cambion. Cambion is the offspring of an incubus, succubus, or other type of demon. Oh. Oh, there's a question here too. He's a powerful Cambion, so she ought to be able to call to him right then and there. That'll get you your answer. Cambion. Yes, Cambion. Kamaxi rolls her eyes. Didn't hear me the first time. Ears all stopped up with the last of the brains running out of them. I'm asking what one is. My, you're clueless. Why does everyone say clueless capitalized? Does it mean something? She shakes her head, sadly, tutting it all the while. A half-fiend, Burke. Some of sort of like you, but you're half dung, I think. You smell it at any rate. Better than half you, Kamaxi. You wish you were half Kamaxi, sod. Even if you ended up with a goat's bum on your shoulders, it'd be better than that scarred-up face of yours. Wow, we get along so well. I'm making so many friends. Don't worry, I don't stay upset long. Something I can do for you. Kasai, I've talked to Kamaxi. She told me she's your half-sister and that Ravel's your mother. Kasai snarls, her eyes blazing with malice. That hell's how I loathe that woman. Why would you even believe that sort of tripe? She says that you deny it, and in fact may not know it, but that it's true. She said you could ask your father, that he would tell you.
Updated my journal.
Kasai stares at you silently for a time. Give me a moment. She turns from you and begins to mutter softly. The air seems to shimmer around her slightly and fills with a coppery smell like warm blood. Strain your ears, try to overhear what she's saying. You lean towards Kasai, attempting to hear what she's muttering. Wow, that's quite a name. Haugazananel, banished Prince of Ethag, Marquis of the Bloody Shadow, my father, hear me, for I call upon you. Yes, beloved father, it is I, Kasai Suri. I would bid you answer me one question, a question I've asked you time and again. Yes, beloved father, I cannot bear to have another ask me and not know myself. You must tell me. I have asked for nothing save this. Tell me, I beg of you. Yes. Yes, beloved father, I understand. Thank you. Farewell. Well, what did he have to say? Kasai remains turned away from you for a moment before finally coming to face you. I did not want to believe that wicked hag may have been my mother. I have lived long, and I do not appear to age, and have disturbing dreams. Sometimes. She shudders. But still, I do not wish to be the inheritor of the evil she caused, nor draw the lady's gaze as my mother did. Such evil things she did. Tell me what you know of her, will you? I heard she would pose impossible riddles to people. Riddles she could answer, but no one else could. She would devour the person if they answered incorrectly, or leave them dangling in her horrifying gardens as examples to all. Those who fell somehow escaped. Those few who somehow escaped, she tormented in their dreams, riding them like steeds, breaking their wills and hurling their souls into the colorless oblivion of the gray waste. Her magic was said to be beyond anything most had ever seen. It was imagination woven from nightmare and given substance, stone and solid shapes bent to her will like soft clay. The laws of the plains would bend beneath her feet, and from nothing she could weave illusion, and from illusion weave realities that could horrify and kill and confound. She was a mistress of all the dark arts, mistress and master of them all. She hounded a governor that dared quote Sigil law to her, that with shadows that devoured him, all but his tongue, his fingers, and the flesh of his face. She turned mercy killers inside out, shattered buildings of those who displeased her. Terrible, terrible powers were at her command. She changed her shape like water, and would use it to destroy some for amusement, and to steal knowledge from others. She was a monster, like all that have been spawned from the Grey Waste. In the end, she threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains come rolling in like a wave. Fortunately, she did not succeed. She existed solely to cause malice. I do not know if she is dead, but I know now that she was my mother. Kisai's shoulders slump, and her head hangs down. Oh, that I had tears so that I could weep with sorrow. Try and comfort her. She suddenly falls into your arms, shuddering as if she were racked with sobs. For a time, Kisai simply stands there, clinging to you, but then she pushes away. Thank you, but I'll be fine. I just need some time to think about it, that's all. I hate to ask this now, but I need you to give me a piece of yourself, Kisai. She looks alarmed. Pardon? The portal key to Ravel's maze is a piece of her, and you are of her blood. It is close enough. Kisai gasps. You intend to seek her out? Her surprise quickly changes to an expression of wariness. What would you need of me? Your blood, most likely. Only a drop or two, I'm sure. She nods. But do you have some way to carry it? A piece of cloth, like a handkerchief or something, you know? No, I don't. Kisai sighs, looking around. I'm sure there's one in the brothel somewhere. Bring it here when you find it, alright? I'll give you the blood then.
Updated my journal.
Whoops. Alright, let's go back to the store where I think I've sold all of them to. I don't think any of them are still in my inventory. Excellent chance to take a drink while we wait. Do 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 do. I like this mode just for giving us a little view while I go scurrying across the map while it's like a loading screen as we just wait, but the fact that you can't click somewhere on the map and have it disable is kind of annoying. Like, if I'm opening a map and clicking on a spot to skip to it, like in an RTS, clearly that's intentional. You don't accidentally do that. So maybe you should auto-disable the thing that overrides that exact control. I feel like if I spend enough time playing this game slowly, all of the women will be merged with the men around here. They'll just, like, clip into the same spot and eventually. I have that handkerchief. Kisai takes the handkerchief and gingerly pricks the tip of her finger with one of her fangs. After letting several drops of blood soak into the cloth, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's horribly powerful and completely evil. Good luck. Yes, so I've heard. Thanks, and farewell. Well.
Done.
How do I unlock it? I wonder? I don't know. So that's the door and that's the key. Just make a new save. I've named it. Let me type anything. I meant to say portal time, y'all, but I accidentally hit enter while I was hitting the apostrophe. Load. Portal time, yeah. Okay. Oh. I guess the fact that I went to the loading screen meant that I was already done. I guess the moment you go to the loading screen, it quits the game that moment instead of after you pick a loading thing. Oh, it works. I guess I don't understand the clue then. It said that I needed a portal, a key, and a way to unlock the key. But all I did was get a portal and a key, and it seems to have worked. You unlock the shimmering metal, unfold the shimmering metal, and immediately begins to crackle with life. It begins forming itself into a metallic circle, hovering in the air. There's something in your possession that has activated this portal. You get the feeling that you probably ought to make sure you have everything you need. You might not be back to Sigil for a long time. Whee! What the fuck is gonna happen now? We've done a lot at Sigil. I've poked around most of the corners, so I do kind of want to do something new now. What is gonna happen here, though? Oh! It's a them. It's a Trigit. Okay.
What's up?
The heck's a Trigit?
You leatherhead.
Oh, they already killed that one. Oh, these guys are worth not that much experience. Oh, these guys are dumb little babies. Oh, they're super low level babies. Well, it's not me. I'm just a little guy. Okay. The other things I was fighting gave you 8,000 experience. These guys give you 700. I don't think this is the end of the game, as it turns out. I keep not knowing where the game is going, and so you hit me with this premise of like, oh, now we're gonna deal with the super evil, crazy witch, mega boss, nightmare lady. What's gonna happen? And I'm like, oh, maybe we'll finally get my answers then. Maybe this is the big showdown we're getting towards. But the enemies here are lower level than stuff I've been fighting, so maybe they expected me to do this a while ago. It's hard to say. Experience isn't always indicative of the order in which stuff happens, and also the critical path in RPGs is often easier than the rest of the game. And side content is often harder. Because they don't know how much the side content you did, so they have to make the mandatory stuff playable if you played it all back to back. Just in case. Which might defeat the entire purpose of having progression systems and whatnot, but eh. Once you zero in on the fact that red damage...
Covering these trees are quite fascinating. Yes.
Once you zero in on the fact that red numbers are me taking damage, you see how little I actually take damage at all. These mean tree creatures are in big trubs. Is some kind of dead end? I was worried a little bit that it might be a point of no return, but I do very much think that it's true that it said you won't be back to Sigil for a long time. Meaning it's gonna be a bit, like, as in, like, you know, have your shit together, get your supplies if needed. Ow. Is it a trap? Ow. Ah. It's like, is it happening like on like a timer or something? Ah. What is happening? That's the most damaging thing so far. Another portal. I don't know if it's worth completing this zone and killing everything and checking for loot. They do seem to give you experience, but the low experience might also be there to stop you from farming them for too long. Ow, 11 damage. I'm not sure.
Lend me strength. How may I help?
Try this portal. Ah. That portal goes to that portal. Okay, let's go to the middle then.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
But yeah, given how difficult the sewers were and how difficult the Modron's maze was, I'm now thinking you're supposed to do this first. And then the expected level you might be at that point might make the Modron's maze make more sense, which was just kicking my teeth in.
Back to worse we go.
Oh, there's a friendly. Oh, that's just her. Apparently. Well, surprising. Not gonna lie, when they said it was an impossible maze you can't escape, I didn't expect it to be one small screen. I was also under the impression that these mazes are made of the city, so I kind of thought that'd be like a cool, like, visual. Some sort of weird Inception shit might be going on, like a folding city you can never escape and where the geometry doesn't make sense and you're just stuck there forever. So I'm surprised that the maze is just some kind of weird swamp with the floor looking weird and ripply. It kind of reminds me of those pictures you look at where, like, you'll have like a distorted looking picture. It's not quite like one of those like dentist illusion pictures that you'll see on a wall where you're supposed to unfocus your eyes, but instead, like, they use like an AI thing or something to be like, this entire picture's made of dogs, or this entire picture's made of eyes, and it all looks distorted and distressing, and it looks like it just looks like really bizarre. Hard to articulate that. The plump, hook-nosed crone before you doesn't look much like a myth. She is outfitted in a simple, if dirty, brown shirt and leggings, with a number of pouches hanging from her frayed belt. She seems oblivious to your presence, more concerned with the tangled black roots woven together to form the floor of the maze than anything transpiring around her. Study her for a moment. A tangle of jagged gray hair juts from beneath the crone's hood, spreading down her shoulders like a mass of twisted gray roots. Sickly blue-gray flesh hangs in loose folds from her face. Her narrow chin, long and sharp, juts forward in an extreme underbite. The two filthy yellow canines protrude from her lower jaw like small tusks. Attack her before she notices you. Is that helpful to do? It might undo... And we're here for information. We don't really necessarily have reason to think that killing her would stop it. Ravel. The crone's voice is thick and scratchy, as if trying to force its way past layers of dust. Her eyes are a dull, bloody red, with black veins running through them like tree branches. As she gazes at you, a strange crawling sensation passes through you, like snakes burrowing beneath your skin. Greetings, Ravel.
Oh no, my pretty thing. Have you returned at last?
You were gone so long, I feared you forgot poor, lonely Ravel.
It is Ravel. Ravel's face splits into a grotesque smile, displaying a row of chipped yellowed fangs. It's an odd name to have, because it's just an existing word, but that's a lot of the names have worked that way in this game, so I guess it's fitting in. And she's here to unravel me, haha, with the infinite lives. I did forget for a time. Now I have returned. Have you? But what has returned? She squints at you with her black, veined eyes and hisses softly. Let Ravel see how you've fared in this life. She reaches out as if to caress you, and you suddenly notice her fingers are talons, each fingernail filthy and wickedly sharp. Let her touch you. Her ragged talons trace their way across your skin, and in their wake you feel the same strange tingling sensation you felt when Ravel first looked at you. Her eyes dim somewhat, and their talons slide gently along the contours of your face, lingering on your scars. Ravel's fingers withdraws, and she looks at you sadly. Oh, sad, sad, broken half thing. All pieces. She squints at you again. No longer the one Ravel knew, are you? Are you still a broken after all this sad, sad time? Broken? What do you mean? The body, a body you possess, but a body of knowledge you do not. She points her ragged talon at your chest, at your scars. Many and such scars you have, all scrawled on your skin. Many tales does your skin tell. What tales does my skin tell? Your scars and tattoos shout to me. Here is a man in confrontation with the world. Ravel makes a crooning noise, not unlike a dying bird. Yes, such tales as would shrivel even a hag's ears. Tell me these tales, I would know them. The tales are many, they echo of balance, imbalance, trials of war, battles with fiendish elements and a creature that feeds on others from afar to sustain itself, and of torments, such torments flesh has never known. Fiendish battles, creature that feeds on others afar to sustain itself. Yeah, Ravel's very much not the end of this. We're foreshadowing something else now. Balance, imbalance. Divided in two you were, when your mortality was peeled from you. No longer balanced. Much a broken in the separation, both a blessing and a mistake. But more mistake than blessing, Ravel thinks. You took my mortality. How? Forgotten the how of it, I have I? Ravel's gaze dims for a moment, the black veins swimming in her eyes. And even if I remembered, I would never do it twice. Not forgotten the moment, have I, after the break, seeing the pain stream from your veins, your cries like a wailing child, every bit of your being filled with emptiness. Terrible, even for these eyes. So, that's why I feel hollow inside, because my mortality is gone? Very well. What are these other tales my skin tells? The tales are many. They echo of She repeats herself. It loops. Trials of war. Great, great trials of war. Much too much to be borne by any Any mortal thing. What war? Where? This war touches all, my precious half-man. There is no place where its caress is not felt. Did it touch you? Ravel's voice drops, almost bitter. To this, Ravel says I. Battles with fiendish elements? Two fiends butt heads. Ravel sniffs as if in contempt. Their tiny heads filled with ideas of how the planes should be, yet can never be, or the planes, they would be no longer. Such foolishness. It's the Blood Wars thing, right? Chaos and order. I'm not certain I understand. What are these other tales that's just the looping thing. A creature that feeds on others from afar. No base hungers do you feel, but far, far more terrible ones boil beneath your skin. And such a cost. Hungers? What do you mean? I know not. Not? Not the nature, nor the cause of these hungers. But heed this. Coming events cast their shadows before them, my precious half-man. There is no assaying of what these events will be, not even with Ravel's eyes. Very well. And these torments. What are these torments you speak of?
Updated my journal.
A lodestone pulls iron to it, and so do you, my precious half-man. But it is not iron, but tormented souls. As others suffer, they are drawn to you, and your path becomes theirs. She makes a sweeping gesture. Do you not see them in the eyes of those that have traveled here with you? My companions? What do you mean? Do you wish to explain, Gith? Ravel throws a burning glance at Deckon, tempered with a fanged smile. Vows may prove tighter than any chain, no? The manacles of a race once enslaved, now a slave again. Deckon is silent, but his blade shifts at Ravel's words. The blade darkens, the edge sharpening until the Karach itself seems to carry a horrible malevolence about it. Watch your words, Ravel. The crackling, cackling sorcerer. Ravel's eyes seem to catch Ignis's fire and blaze with his hellish light. An ember of Ravel's once passion he carries, for he cares not what he does, but mayhap down inside in the lightless places he is tormented by what he once was afore the passions came upon him. Do my words burn true, O smoldering corpse? What other torments do your eyes see, Ravel? The chattering skull. Ravel doesn't bother to even look at Morte, as if he is beneath her notice. Are the quips enough of a shield for what lies buried inside your brain box, Why speak truths when lies suffice? Morte, what do you mean, Ravel? The abyssal temptress. Ravel sneers, her yellowed fangs piercing her purpled lips as she squints at falls from grace. A skin so fair, lips so rich, eyes that might cause you to forget Ravel herself. And yet she suffers more than any other. When one turns on their nature, many are the torments that arise from such a betrayal. Ravel. Grace replies softly, almost cautiously. I have come to terms with You lie, succubus. Ravel's lips peel back in a snarl. You lie. Do not dare lie to me when your heart is a book to me. Every word you spit screams of your torment. Have a care with your words, Ravel. Enough of this. Ravel gestures at Anna. as if she is for sale upon an auction book. Look upon the feisty tiefling, such fiery hair and voice. Ravel smiles, baring her rows of yellowed teeth. Shall I speak of your torment, tiefling? Anna seems paralyzed, her eyes wide as Ravel turns her black-veined gaze to her. You can see her trembling, her heart beating fast. No, I shall not speak of it. Ravel's voice drops, almost in exhaustion. The smile fades from her face. Grown tired of cruelties and torments, Ravel has. The world is a jagged enough place. She turns to you, her bloody eyes dimmed as she sighs. And my precious half-men, for you, the greatest torment of all, life forevermore. Can it be life a-cares for you as Ravel does? She gnashes her yellowed tusks with a horrid clacking noise. One so brave, so passionate, so terribly lost. Sad, sad. Ravel, why did you make me immortal? I must know. A puzzle of bone and skin were you, always intriguing, and the most beloved of all who came to me, petitioning, requesting, pleading, pleasing, pleading for help. Ravel stares hard at you, her black-veined ember eyes narrowing. So hard to see her past the scars, to dig up the man who once was underneath. Ravel, can you tell me anything about who I once was? A shadow with substance, a seeking that which casts the light. I know you more and know. No? Ravel pauses, her eyes dimming. No more than I know the nature of any man. Crossed paths have we, a man tainted with undeath, still feeling the pangs of separation, and an old withered crone, now all imprisoned. Crossed paths. Seems it that we are a meeting for the first time? No. Not? Ravel seems confused for a moment, then shudders as if throwing off a weight. Not at all. An echo of a future meeting this is, or a past meeting, depending on which way time is facing. She has a weird quirk where she'll repeat a word over and over again, and the spelling will change to a homophone, but she's speaking, so that shouldn't be comprehensible. It's like a weird thing she's doing specifically to us, practically. So the meeting echoes a meeting in the past? The now and then, very similar. So tangled in the now and then is, both mirrored in each other. Once and again, you come afore me with a problem, to challenge me for a solution to an impossibility. Ravel hisses at you, her eyes blaze. Beautiful, ungrateful, beloved man. What was the impossibility I asked you to solve? Ravel doesn't seem to have heard you. She still seems to be in the past, for her eyes dim as if looking far away. Such fire in your eyes, enough to stir a grey lady's heart. Passion to be free, but when freed, the fire in your eyes guttered out. With the separation, your life has shed all meaning, I fear. Ravel smiles with her yellowed fangs, then clicks them together as if laughing. Mayhap you should sit on your hind legs and limp your forepaws. Mayhap Ravel will give you another scrap of knowing. If begging will bring me answers, then I beg you. Ravel, tell me what you know. I know your help in I need your help in remembering what happened. Ah, a gentled heart now. Ravel's black-veined eyes glint, and the corner of her mouth twists upward like a snake. Has life softened you? Ah, but one can hope. Ravel, I have many questions I wish to ask you. Oh, more questions do you have? Ravel croons softly, but there is an edge to it, as if she is reprimanding you. Shh. But you have already asked so many. Ravel's black-veined eyes take on a curious gleam. The time for my questions is now, half-man. I mean, she hasn't given me much. She's spoken so vaguely while still not giving me any of the information we actually came here for, so it's just like... she's being very difficult. Not in the way that was expected, where she would flay us with her mind in an instant or whatever the hell, but she's just frustrating to talk to. Very well, Ravel. Ask your questions. Know this, and know Ravel's law. If you do not answer my questions, no more of your questions will I answer, my precious man. Step lightly with the answers, or the asking shall tell you apart. Understood. Ask your questions, Ravel. I would know why you traveled here with these others. No, not the place they were traveling to? This is such a ridiculous level of blowing smoke up her ass. They chose to walk this path with me. Chose? Ah. A dangerous word, is it so? Yes. Yes? Ravel throws a black-veined glance at Dakon, her voice like an arrow. Is it choice, Gith? Is it? Or is it a matter of two skies? Dakon's blade bleeds into a viscous, dead black, mirroring his eyes. And to your surprise, the Karach edge silently splits into jagged fangs. Ravel, leave him be. I will answer your questions, not them. You think the Burning Man cares for any choice? To burn or not to burn, those are his only choices, and in the end, one choice always wins, for does fire have any desire but to burn? Ravel, you've made your point. Enough of the... Ravel turns to Morte. Skull, skull, skull. Ravel clicks her tongue after each word. Her smile widens. Your expression is difficult to read without the skin wrapping, but I feel your fear from here. Coming here was not your choice. I didn't have anything better to do except to go with the to one of the ladies' mazes and meet one of the evilest creatures ever to set foot in Sigil. So I said, sure, why not? Morte, be quiet. Ravel, Be quiet. Oh, be quiet? Morte clacks his teeth. Like the hells I will. I think we've listened to this crone rattle her bone box enough, and now she's got some pair of stones saying I haven't got any skin? So what if I don't? Obviously the fact she has skin has done wonders for her looks. Does she think I like being naked all the time? And another thing, Morte, cut it out. Ravel, look. The succubus. Ravel squints. Did she have a choice? Mayhap, in her smooth-skinned mind of soft silks and hard truths, maybe choice. But no. A sensate must experience all, and to refuse to come. Not a sensate would you be. Still no choice. Ravel, enough of this. The tiefling, the fiery one. Ravel cackles softly, and her eyes kindle as if amused. No choice at all. When you feel instead of think, there is little room for choice. Anna makes no response. Ravel's mere presence seems to have silenced her. Her tail has stopped flicking, however, and her eyes have lost their hard edge. Enough of this, Ravel. What other questions did you have? Shh. There will be time enough for you to speak, my precious man. Ravel taps a talon against one of her yellowed tusks. This question next. What do you feel for these that have come with you? Do they matter in your heart? She smiles back. She smiles, black veins dancing in her eyes. Or are they tools for your will? I do wonder what Anna's deal is, because we don't know much about her, or what her motivations are beyond the initial mission we went on. She really stuck with me. Why do you want to know such a thing? Shh, thick and stubborn as a Githzer eye. That is yet another question, but the answer shall cost you nothing. My answer is because I wish to know. No other reason. Now surrender your answer from your skeptical heart. They matter to me. Even the Gith? Ravel's ember gaze falls to Dekon, which then slides off to lock with your eyes again. Speak what he means to you and say it true, or blanketing my garden he will be. So whatever you say has to be the truth. I feel like it'd be a lot to say that anybody is my friend. I haven't really bonded with any of these people. They mostly just don't want me to talk to them. He seems trustworthy enough. He's loyal, and he fought by my side bravely. Ah. Ravel nods. Then she smiles again. Her talons tapping against each other. Does that surprise you? What of the skull? Ravel doesn't even bother to look at Morte. Surely he matters not to one such as you, or does he? He's often angers me and is useless in combat. That's definitely not true. He's hard to kill, so he's great in combat. To be honest, I don't trust him yet. He seems to know much, but he is careful with what he shares. Curious. Curiouser. Curious her. Ravel smiles. Quite the puzzle box you are shaping up to be. What else lurks in the dark places of your mind? I hide nothing. Ah. Ravel's voice takes on a threatening weight, and she turns to fall from grace, her red eyes blazing. And here is the core of it, the abyssal temptress. Does she rise above the merely carnal for you, or is she something else in your eye, Grace says nothing. She seems to be studying Ravel intently. You are suddenly struck with the feeling Grace is sizing up Ravel for weaknesses. She might have to think in terms of what might go wrong if she's attacked. I can lie, which might kill her? Ravel turns back to you, clacking her yellowed tusks as if in anticipation. Speak, precious man, but have a care where your words fall. I like her. She has many good qualities. I consider her a friend. Ravel slides her gaze off of you and narrows her eyes at Grace. Enough of these games, Ravel. Look. Ravel turns, clacking her tusks, then glances at Anna with a sneer. And what of this slip of flesh? The fiendling, the tiefling with the scarlet hair and the fiery passion. What is she, my precious man? I don't know her well enough yet. She glances at Anna, then snorts, her black, veined eyes gleaming. So be it. Just kind of reflecting on how there's just not that much dialogue with these characters, and I'm kind of being honest about some of them instead of being like, every single one of them is my best friend. I'm like, I talked to some of these characters for like 5 minutes, and I have tried to get more out of them, but that's all they really give me. For what could have been a suicide mission, they're unusually unbonded to me. It's not exactly Mass Effect 2 levels of like developed characters and getting into their nitty gritty and their peeling back their layers. Not yet, at least. With how companion focused this interaction is, I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be a thing that does happen. Enough of these games, Ravel. Look, my next question is this. Ravel's voice drops, almost whispering, and suddenly you have a strange feeling she does not want to hear the answer. Why did you wait so long to return to me? Ravel grew lonely without you, precious man. The level of trying to praise her gets us to be a lot. The way to this place is difficult, Ravel. Is the way so hard? A hint of a smile plays on the corners of her mouth. Then your visit is precious, and I give thanks. Have you another question for me? Ah, yes. The third and last question is this. As Ravel opens her mouth to speak her final question, you are suddenly gripped with the terrible realization that this final question has murdered many others to whom it has been asked. You know what it is, and you feel it welling up within you, and you feel compelled to ask it. What can change the nature of a man?
You know, I've learned some new tricks.
What can change the nature of a man?